Hello and welcome to Word on the Street podcast, where we're giving you stories that hit close to home and far and wild. I'm your guest, Mayo. Welcome. And today we're going to be diving deep into interesting topics that shapes our societies and our world at large. So today we have our guest with us today in the studio. Sir, please introduce yourself so we can get to know you more better.
My name is Poco Philip Rodney, and I am a filmmaker based in Benin City.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. Randy.
Thank you very much.
So, well, let's dive deep into the matter of the day. First of all, what is filmmaking to
Hmm.
you?
Okay, filmmaking to me is a combination of visual and audio to tell a story,
Hmm.
and it comprises of various processes. Because
Okay.
filmmaking itself is a process
Hmm.
produced by various processes,
Hmm.
in the sense of in the likes of processes like cinematography,
Okay.
directing,
Okay.
editing,
Hmm.
production design. All of these are part of filmmaking. So
Hmm.
we can say it is an intricate process
Okay.
of multi stages to produce a film
Hmm.
for the aim of storytelling.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
filmmaking.
That was very, very beautiful. So you mean to tell us now in filmmaking there are different um how will I put it now?
Process.
Process.
Yes, process and or stages. We
Okay.
say process, we say stages.
That's beautiful. Okay, let's dive into the question. What was the moment you realized filmmaking was something you wanted to take seriously and not just as a hobby?
Filmmaking has never been an hobby for me. It has always been a life. Okay, I have a saying that goes like this: filmmaking is not just a career, it is a lifestyle.
Hmm.
So I have always known that I am going to do film. I've always known filmmaking is my thing. Now, this whole thing boils down to when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
That was when I started filmmaking. I shot and directed my first film the year 2008, 2009, when I was in
Wow.
SS2. That's when I shot
Wow.
my first film.
Mm.
So from there, I've always known I want to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
So how did these whole things that I've always been this person that loves drama, an actor that loves drama a lot.
Okay.
So we have a club back then in school. I don't know if you have it here, called Plus Club.
Class club.
Yes.
Okay.
So Plus Club comprises of art students. We have the Jet Club, we have Plus Club.
Okay.
Plus Club is for art students, Jet Club is for science students.
Okay.
The social science, I think, is slow. We call it slow. Now, the Plus Club comprises of press, many students that love mass communication. We have the arts,
Okay.
then we have this literature,
Okay.
we have language,
Mm.
we have drama,
Mm.
society.
Yeah.
All of these people comprise to become plats. So in that plat now we have things like mass com, where some students will come and broadcast news.
Mm.
Then we have drama,
Yes.
where students will come and showcase their talent in acting. We have what is it now? Art, where we draw and so just all about art.
Mm.
So from there, I started with being in the arts department, then in the club in secondary school. From there, I became the drama coordinator.
Wow.
So from being the drama coordinator, I became, I think in SS1, I was the assistant drama coordinator to the drama coordinator, which is SS3 from SS1.
Mm.
So in SS2, I started doing my thing. I just love acting. Right? I started acting from primary school actually.
Mm.
So I love acting. So from there, I think some students, so from that particular plat,
Yeah.
we have the plat in the school, then we have the zonal plats, meaning the whole of that community, just like we have a Kenwa or we have a Benin City now. So in Benin City now, all the plats from different schools, once in a while, we all come together.
Okay.
So the full city now, we all come together as one. So we call it the zonal meeting.
Okay.
So from that zone, each school also come and act.
Hmm.
So you can maybe we'll say this week or this month,
Yes.
this particular school is to present drama. This particular school is to present, do their press, which is to broadcast news. This particular school is to draw or do the decorating of the place for that particular month. So from there, other schools realized I'm a very good person with acting and the rest, and we started doing it. I became the zonal coordinator for drama
Wow.
as well.
Wow.
So some students from that place now decided to open a production.
Hmm.
So they came along, they wanted to, then we were doing the normal production and everybody will come together as a group, just come as a group, we'll try to come for rehearsals, do this and that and here and there. So they came together, two of them. One of them is still my very close friend today, called Cap TV. The both of them came together. They wanted to bring a production out,
Yeah.
Superstar Production. Then, so they were like, okay, who is going to direct this whole production and the rest? That was when I came into the picture.
Wow.
So they came together to build the production, but I later became the head
of the production.
So I became the director of the production. We shot our first film. Then I was the director of the first film then, called Lost. Lost is the title of the film.
Lost.
So from there henceforth, I have known I want to do film with my life. I've always known. So filmmaking for me has never been an hobby. That's always been
That's been
my
in you
life
already.
Yes. So
wow, that's beautiful. I like that. I like that. For me now, in case I want to start filmmaking, I want to be an actor. What do you think is the first step I need to encounter or need to start with?
it is one thing to be a filmmaker. It is one thing to be an actor. Two different approach entirely. I started with me wanting to be an actor. I love acting a lot.
Okay.
But it came to an extent where I discovered that a lot of people behind the camera, you're not doing it right. We tend to, because of, I understand, because of budget, finance, and the resources, we tend to skip a lot of things in filmmaking, especially in the pre-production. Because in the process of filmmaking, you have the production, you have the pre-production, you have production, you have the post-production. Pre-production is to prepare for the film, the concept of the film, how to conceptualize your story, writing of the story, preparing the script, looking for actors to act in the film, getting your crew. All of these people comprise in pre-production. Production, we also call the principal photography, is where you shoot the film. It's actually the shortest span or the shortest stage in filmmaking. Because pre-production can take like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, depends on you. Because whenever you are writing your script, how long it takes your script to be developed as a film is part of the pre-production.
Oh, that's like the beginning stage.
Yes, that's why it's called the pre-production, before production.
Yeah.
Then the production stage is the production, which is the principal photography, the shooting of the film itself, which is actually the shortest span or the shortest stage of filmmaking. Then you go to the next one, which is the post-production. Post, after, pre, before, post, after. So we have the pre-production, we have the production, and we have the post-production. Then the last stage of filmmaking, which people really don't know is part of filmmaking itself, is distribution.
When you say, what do you mean by distribution?
Marketing.
Oh.
This is where we get it wrong. A film is not yet a film until your audience sees the film. So if your audience have not seen the film, it's not yet a film, because how is it a film when people have not seen it?
That is true.
So, and the only process to produce or for people to see your film is through what? Distribution. Distribution comes with other various stages as well. We have the screening, we have the theatric release, we have the exhibition, and the rest. All these are part of distribution. So without distribution, your film is not complete. So we have the pre-production, we have the production, we have the post-production, and the distribution, which is also the marketing.
Wow. Okay. That was a lot. Okay, down to the second question. In your own opinion, what separates a good filmmaker from someone who just knows how to operate a camera?
What separates them is, I wouldn't say it's creativity. What separates them is that they are in different parts.
How so?
Different paths, in the sense that we are boiling down now. We have what we call we have filmmakers.
Yeah.
We have videographers.
Who are videographers?
Videographers are people that operate the camera to capture a particular moment. Filmmakers are people that uses the camera to tell a story.
All right.
So two different things entirely. The purpose of videography is to capture a moment, to capture a moment for posterity, for future purposes, or for documentation. But the proper aim of filmmaking is telling a story. That's why you will never have a definition of film making without story inside. But you can be a videographer without telling a story. You can just carry your camera and go and cover an event. Or I can just be dancing here and you just video me. That's videography. It's just that we have photography, the process of capturing pictures, videography, the process of capturing videos.
two different things
two
entirely.
different things entirely. So the only way to differentiate is that both of them are two different things entirely. So there's even no similarity. The only similarity between the both of them is that the both of them are using cameras,
Wow.
but they use them differently.
Okay. Wow, this is a very powerful session. I'm not gonna say.
It's a very powerful session.
Okay. The third question. Many people want to make films but feels limited by the equipment or budget. How important is creativity compared to resources?
How important is creativity compared to resources?
Yeah.
Creativity is one thing, but how important is creativity compared to resources?
Yes.
Now, creativity is one thing,
Hmm.
and resources is one thing.
Okay.
But if you are not, what is creativity, for instance? Let's even talk about it. What
Let's
is
dive into,
creativity?
yeah.
Creativity is using whatever you have to do things unbelievable.
Kind of like from your imagination.
It comes from your imagination. And it comes with, it's not just your imagination, there's imagination and there's creativity. Creativity is using what you have to bring your imagination out. Perfect.
Wow.
That's the perfect example. So if
Wait, can you repeat that again?
creativity is using what you have to bring out your imagination.
I hope you all got that from him. Okay, now continue.
That is creativity.
That's creativity.
So if your resources can hinder your creativity, then you are not creative.
But some people don't really have the resources to do what they want to do.
Do they have phones?
Well, some people have. Some
A
people
lot of people have phones. Almost everybody now, even 5 years children, and they do have phones, right?
That's
so
true.
A lot of them, even though if they don't have phone, they have friends they can borrow phone from. I bet you.
Some people don't like borrowing things from people.
That's why you are not creative. Because if you are creative, you will be prepared to go the extra mile to do certain things for that imagination in your head. Now, to answer your question, one of the mistakes we are making is that we want to do things, we want to take 10 steps ahead of those that have been in the industry for a very long time. For instance, I cannot, okay, let me say, for instance, you have taken 50 steps, and I want to take just one step, but I want to be in the same destination with you that have taken 50 steps, or even 10 steps. Let me bring it down. Is it possible that we catch up with you? Can I in one step catch up with your 10 steps?
Depends.
Depends on what?
On what I have done and the step of which I'm taking to come and meet you.
Okay, well, enlighten me, indulge me.
For instance, now you have taken 10 steps and I'm taking one step. I don't really know what you've done to get to that 10th step.
Okay.
If I can follow in your footsteps, in your own mentorship and the lessons that you've brought down, I think I can get to where you are with the right help.
But not with your first step.
No, not with my first
Exactly
step.
my point. These people you're asking about, this is their first film. Okay. This is their one step they are taking. If I had to produce a film today, I have been in the industry, like I told, I've been in the industry for a very long time. I don't have enough resources. We are all still looking for money and the rest. But the kind of imagination I have is different from the kind of imagination you have as a new filmmaker. Now, the major purpose of storytelling, of filmmaking, is storytelling. Can you tell the story with your phone? Yes.
How?
Your camera in your phone. So you must not wait for you to have everything to tell a story. I can even sit down and I'm telling a story. The major purpose of being a filmmaker is to tell a story, but it's to tell a story in a particular way. So if you don't have the resources to tell the story according to what your imagination have, then your creativity comes in. Use your creativity to make that same film in a way that is not up to what you have, but you still tell the story without altering the uniqueness of that story.
I get you.
Because, for instance, I can use a camera and shoot a film. It tells the story. The most important thing with filmmaking is performance. Trust me. I have come to realize, though before now, I love big cameras and the other. But the most important thing in filmmaking, story and performance. If your story is good and your performance is very good, though depending on where you want to distribute the film, but if you are starting at first, the most common resources you have for distribution is YouTube, social media, Facebook, Instagram.
That's true.
And you can shoot a film with your phone and put there. and it will not alter the quality of the video. The major purpose of using camera is for high quality.
Yes.
High quality is meant for big screens, meaning cinema screen. If you want to premiere the film, you need a big screen to premiere it. Even on TVs, there are good phones that you can use to shoot a film on TV, on your normal size on TV. The quality will still come out very well with HD, 2K, 4K. Some phones shoot on 4K. Even on 2K on TV will be very perfect.
You say 2K, 3K, and 4. What is the difference between 2K, 3K, and 4K?
We have 2K, we have 4K, we have HD. These are the qualities of the videos.
Oh.
Yes, the how vivid, how detailed the video is.
How clear it is.
Yes, how clear it is.
Oh. All right, welcome back. So that was a very, very powerful session just now, and I have another question to ask you. What part of filmmaking challenges you the most? Writing a story, directing people, or technical side of production?
This will be another this will be another long talk. For me personally,
Yes.
I think all aspects of filmmaking always challenge me. All aspects. Now, filmmaking is a very unique aspect of entertainment. It's part of entertainment, but it's a very unique aspect. And it's very, very delicate. In the sense that, I said there are different processes that makes up the process of filmmaking.
That's true. That's true.
All of this process, you cannot do the same way when you are telling different story.
Okay.
You understand? Okay, for instance, if I write a particular story today, I am a good writer. I can write very well.
Yes.
And I've written a perfect and beautiful story. Yeah. Believe me, if I want to write another story, I will face challenges there. Filmmaking is not like driving where I can drive the car. Tomorrow I drive the car the same way. Next tomorrow I drive the car the other day I drive the car the same way. No. The same writing, the same software I used to write that same story. I can use that same software, this same brain to write another story, and it will be challenging. So it's not a matter of the process of the film. It's a matter of the story. It is the story of the film that challenges you. The story of the film, the manner at which you want to tell the story.
Okay.
So that's why we come to writing, directing, producing technicals. The technicals include the shooting of the film, the editing, the sound recording, the scoring of the film, which is adding sound to the editing and the rest. All of these processes are challenging to me, and they are so interesting to me, depending on the story I'm telling and the manner at which I want to tell the story. Because I'm a good writer, I write, I direct, I act, I edit, and all of this process are challenging to me each time I want to tell a different story. So because of this, I cannot really say, okay, this is the most challenging part of filmmaking for me. All of the processes are so challenging.
That's to you, though.
Yes, to me. Okay. Because each time I want to use this process to tell a different story, it opens a different perspective for these processes for me. Because the way I'm going to write story A is not the way I'm going to write story B. For instance, I want to write a love story. The way I'm going to approach a love story is different from how I'm going to approach an horror story.
How so? Please enlighten me.
Okay. If I want to write a love story, for instance, I want to be in that lovey-dovey mood. Yes. Because the mood you find yourself determine how you tell the story.
That's true.
You understand? So I want to be in this whole lovey-dovey mood. I want to always. Some writers will even want to look for a way to have romance, like they can even try to gist a girl afresh.
Are you serious?
So the moment they try to build this feeling, it gives them this butterfly in their stomach and everything. And if you put that originality of that feeling into the story, believe me, the audience feels it.
It becomes original.
The uniqueness is there in the story. So if I want to tell an horror story, imagine how I will need to twist my mind to the aspect of fear, psychological fear, physical fear, so the audience can actually be afraid. Okay. Because when I write the story and I'm afraid of the story I'm writing, then the audience become afraid. When I just write it and I'm just there, then the story is just there as well.
Wow.
So I have also read about actors I don't know about Nigeria yet. Actors outside the country, when they want to add certain story, they need to live the actual life of that character. Read about the guy that acted Jokers. That guy did scary things on sets. Even before set, that guy locked himself in the room for like, I think, between 3 to 5 months. Did not come in contact with people, and he downloaded fearful images, scary images, fetish images, pasted them all over his walls. So he have this psychological damage to his brain. So when he come on set, he give you the thing original.
But doesn't that do more damage to the person after sex?
Yeah, it does to an extent. That's why actors will say we don't live one life. We live different lives before we die.
Wow.
But if you're a very good actor, you don't just live as that person. Each of the story you tell with your performance leaves a part in you as you go. So you have different characters. It's a life we chose.
Oh, that's very, very deep. I mean, thank you. Kudos to you.
So because of this now, you can see that each story you tell brings different challenges to you.
That's true.
The same approach,
that's true,
but different challenges comes in. So, but for me, what I fascinate more at my present stage, I fascinate directing more. But it's not like directing is the most challenging aspect of filmmaking for me, but it's the most fascinating for me right now at the moment.
That's beautiful. Okay. What is one mistake you see young filmmakers constantly making when they want to start out in filmmaking?
Exactly what we just talked about when we're talking about resources and production. We are waiting for the perfect equipment to come. We are waiting for $500 billion to come before we shoot, before we tell a story. But the major purpose of making a film is not the quality of the film, is to tell a story. I understand. I do it a lot. I'm guilty of this same thing. There are some stories. Okay, I was discussing with one of my partner officers. I said, I want to make a film. Like, I want to make it very good. I just want us to produce a film today. And he was like, what can we do? And I gave him a story of mine I've already prepared, like last year. The story is ready. And we're like, okay, how much do you think would be enough for this thing? I don't know, okay, at least, because then I'm me and you, at least, let's say 500K above. You say, I don't understand. What do you want 500K do?
With a film, to produce a film, is it that expensive? why are you laughing?
Filmmaking is one of the most expensive products when it comes to entertainment. The 500K, I'm talking about 500K and above. Okay. Let's say we take 500 a million naira for a film, is a no budget film. Okay. Meaning you are not going to pay a lot of people. You are going to be the editor yourself. You are going to be the cinematographer yourself. You can probably be the director yourself as well. Then you are going to bring in your sister, your mother, your uncles, and your auntie to act in this film. It's not a joke, because even some of the greatest directors in the world did this as well. Their first film, the people they use to shoot these films are people around them. You don't need the professional actor to start to tell a story. You need people around you to start to tell it, because you cannot pay them. Because if you want to bring in the professional actors or the professional filmmakers, you will need to pay them. I'm not saying don't bring in a professional, but bring in 1 or 2 professionals as starting from a fresh, study a lot about filmmaking. They bring them in. They make the process cheap and easy for you.
Under 500.
Under the 500K. So when that my guy was telling me about how can we use 500K, and he said his budget is around 200K to 300K. They were like, oh, okay. Then we have to look for another story.
Are you
now,
serious?
Why am I bringing this up? I know that certain story requires certain standard to shoot. But if you know this is the resources you have, then you write a story that fits in that resources. You write a story that fits in whatever you have for you to be to enable you achieve what you have upstairs about that story. That is creativity.
Okay.
So creativity is not using the resources you have, the big resources you have to do what you want to do. Creativity is using what you have already to bring in what you have in your head. So if you know the story you have, you don't want to shoot it in that way, because I am like that too. There's any story I have that I cannot even shoot with ₦1 million. You need about 2, 3, 4 million naira and above to shoot those kind of stories.
Wait. This one I'm hearing million. What is the okay Hollywood movies now? How much is that budget to shoot Hollywood movies? Like let me say
Hollywood
Spider
or Nollywood?
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood. Okay, let's say Spider-Man. What was the budget you think they used to do that movie?
Millions of dollars.
You say?
Millions of dollars.
Of dollars.
Yes. It's America actually, so it's millions.
Millions of.
Or it's in dollars actually. Okay, some of Nigeria film,
Yeah.
some of the cinematic film we have in Nigeria. None of them, I don't think any of them is below 200 million naira. Standard Nigeria film cinema.
Wow.
100 million and above.
Mona, get money. You have money.
We see the money. Okay, now that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you see these people up there, you know how long it took them to be there. Funke Akindele, for instance. Funke Akindele is one of the best producers in Nigeria now, has one of the gross paying films in Nigeria now, and she has the money. Funke Akindele starts in the time of I Need to Know. Do you know the story called I Need to Know?
No, I don't really know that story.
Okay, these are stories that date back to 1990s. 1990s.
That's when she has started.
That's when she started. Then she was in a film called The Egg of Life. Egg of Life is as back as I don't know the 1998 down to the year 2000, early 2000s. The early 2000s, I'm talking about 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. That should be the period of Egg of Life. These are people that have started from there, and we want to start today, and you think I have to produce a film that is going to give me that.
I understand.
And another thing with filmmaking is you make a film according to the resources of what your audience can give to you.
Please expatiate further on that.
For instance, even though I have 200 million naira, even let's assume I have 200 million naira, I will not put 200 million naira into a film. Me, myself.
Okay.
Because if person like Funke Akindele put 200, 500 million naira into a film, it's assured she's going to get the money back because she have the audience already.
Yeah.
She have the people that she knows she can market those films to, and she's going to get the ROI, return of investment.
Yeah, that's true.
Person like me, if I put that money into such a film, no matter the quality of that film, if I don't have such connections and such resources and such audience, that money will go into the thing here. Even though the money is even though the film is very nice, but I don't have the resources, the connection, I don't even have the experience to get that film, to make that film give me what I want it to give me. So it's not a good investment for me, no matter how creative and how good I am in filmmaking, because I don't even have the experience. She have the experience because of the time.
Yes.
She have the resources. She have the audience there on our social media platform already. So I can make a film today with 100 million, 200 to 500 million naira, and she have the returns times 2, times 3, times 4. I will do the same thing. I will not even get 50 million naira.
Wow. So
the resources you have, the resources of the film you are making should be determined by the audience you have already. Meaning I can have an audience of, let me say I have 2,000, 3,000 followers. The possibility of what I will get, let's say I have 200, let's say I have 2,000 followers on Instagram for it. Or let's come to YouTube. I have 100, let's say 200, 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. The highest return of possibility I can get from that same film, not money now, I can get about between 1,000, 2,000, 1,000 subscribers. My views can range to, let's say, within 50 to 100 views, 100K views. But I cannot expect to get something like 500K views from such amount of subscribers, subscribers I have. People like Funke Akindele with data already have this audience that they will give this film and the return is there. For me, I have limited audience to give me return of investment.
Mm.
So even if I have 200k, 200 million naira,
Yeah.
I will want to produce a film with 50 million naira highest because of the people I have already.
That's true.
So if I am coming down now to the least, which is people that are beginning to start afresh, why should you make a film with 500,000 naira when you know you don't have people that will watch the film? Because one thing is making the film, another thing is marketing the film. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So if you are in that stage, use whatever you have to make the film, because your purpose of making that film is not to get money, because money not really come from anywhere. Your purpose is to tell a story and to feed your passion to do more. So why kill yourself with resources? Why kill yourself with equipment? Why not use what you have to tell the story, feed your passion? So the next project you want to do next, you go a bit higher than what you have already done, and you consistency, you build on it. You can even get 500k to make a film today as a new filmmaker, and you don't even have the money to make 1 million naira film tomorrow. And believe me, if you make 500k film as a new filmmaker, as your first film, you want to make another film, you want to make a film of 2 million naira, 1 million, 2 million naira, because you don't want to go below what you want to do, because it's depressing. You will not be like say they live life, they go back. So why not start with whatever you have? So your next film, you know you are progressing. Consistency comes in, progression comes. You know, okay, I am progressing. Because if you make your first film with 500k, you make your other film with 500k, you still feel like say you never do anything. But if you make your first film with like a low budget, with like 100k, because the 100k now na phone you take shoot am with phone, you shoot it with your phone. Because you're going to feed the people you are bringing there. You are going to use your locations. Maybe you want to use apartment. Apartments are how much these days?
Wow.
Okay, more not go apartment. Now your uncle house you want use. That your uncle house you want use. So let's say let's come in now. You want to shoot the film with 5 crew. Let's say you want to use just 5 crew. Yes. You are shooting the film yourself. You are going to hold the camera yourself, which is the phone yourself, and you want to bring in like 5 of your friends. You know what me kill your 5 of your friends that day, right? Yes. Then let's say the story you want to shoot is 2 characters. You know what me kill the 2 characters that day. Let's say you are shooting the film for 2 days. How much are you going to use to feed 8 to 10 people in a day? Then to feed them in 2 days. How much will you use to transport them to and fro to that your uncle's house that you want to use to shoot the film to and fro? 100k never finish already. True. You have not even edited the film yet.
Are you going to pay the editor?
No, the editor will do it for free. Except you are editing it yourself. Even if you are editing it yourself, let's calm down now. Fuel. You are going to buy fuel, right?
Yes.
Let's even assume, which is almost impossible, your site say they get light. That light that you have, you buy the light, right? All these are cost of the film. They are cost of the film. Transportation. Even if you are going to go online to download the sound you want to use, you are going to buy data, right?
That's true.
All these are cost of the film.
Wow. A lot goes into filmmaking.
A lot goes into
a whole
filmmaking.
A whole lot. With all that being said, well, this is the last question of the day, though. If you could give one piece of advice to someone making their first short film, what would it be?
It's the same thing. Start where you are and do your thing. Because like what we've talking about the other question about resources too, which is the mistake they make, waiting for the big amount of money to come before they do what they want to do. Just I have a friend that shot the film of recent. She just used her phone to shoot the film in their parlor. I think in their parlor, a dining, one scene, but it tells a beautiful story. A story about a girl that cheated on her husband and she wanted to take revenge. It's a very long story, right? A girl cheated on her best friend, and the girl wanted to take revenge on her, and she poisoned both the husband and the girl that cheated on them. Let me shock you. This story was told in just one location, one shot, one location.
Wow.
Creativity. I was amazed when I saw it. Just a phone, 3 characters, just there. So you can tell the story from anywhere. Don't wait. And one of the mistakes that we make in Nigeria, I've not been outside the country, so but I think that still happens just in Nigeria. When they like Hollywood, there's a place called Hollywood where all filmmakers go to make films. I think in California also.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, most filmmakers want to tell you, I want to act film in Nollywood. There's no place like Nollywood in Nigeria. When any film you make in Nigeria is actually known as a film produced in Nollywood, regardless of where you are. Even if you shoot the film for Egbiyoko, the film come out. As far as it come out, it's a film under Nollywood.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So why wait for the big project? Why not do what you have with what you have? That's the lot of mistake we make. So if I am to tell a filmmaker to start it, to produce a film today, use whatever you have to make whatever story you have. If the story you have in your head, you think your phone cannot shoot it, then we strategize, we think, and use your creativity, which is the creativity you have now,
Yes.
use it to write a story that suits the phone you have. There are some stories you have, you cannot shoot with phone. I agree with you.
That's true.
But there are a lot of stories that you need to shoot with your phone. So keep those stories for $200 billion. Keep them aside and shoot a film for your phone that you can actually tell your neighbor picking to come and act inside. You can put your mama, your papa, your sister. That is what makes you a filmmaker.
I get
Because what makes you a
I get
filmmaker is not a film that gives you a return of investment. What makes you a filmmaker is not shooting a film with Harry, with Red, with a very big black magic or any camera you want to shoot with. What makes you a filmmaker is telling a story with a camera. You are a filmmaker. If I call my two friends today, I call everybody, we shoot one film, we put it on YouTube. I am a filmmaker. If you act in my film and I put you on YouTube, you are an actor. Let me shock you. If you use your phone to shoot a monologue for yourself and you post it on your Instagram, automatically you have become an actor.
Just that easy.
It's that easy.
Wow.
You're an actor. But I tell you, for me to be an actor, I need to shoot in Nollywood. Where is Nollywood? What is Nollywood? All the films on YouTube, are they not in Nollywood? If you post your own film in YouTube, is it not a film produced in Nigeria? Is it not Nollywood?
It's true.
If you shoot in a 5 Magic 4K camera, is it not a film? If you shoot with your phone that you have, is it not still a film? Just be creative to tell your story with whatever resources you have. There you are a filmmaker.
Wow. I mean, this is very, very beautiful. I think you all have heard from him. If you want to be a very successful filmmaker, you need to be creative and make do with the resources you have around you. Don't just sit down there, be hoping, oh God, please give me this 2 billion, this 3
$2 billion
to, to start up what you want to do. Just be creative and use whatever you have around you, and I'm sure you're going to get far. So that's it for today, and I thank you, my audience, for listening to what we had to give you today, and that's it. Watch out for episode 2. We'll be right back. She. We'll be right back.